So I've been off YouTube for the past 6 months, and that's simply because me and the team have been busy building production AI under banking grade constraints. So here's what's changed, why it matters, and also the key lesson that actually got us into the room in the first place. Let's get into it. Hey guys, as I just mentioned, I've been off YouTube for the past 6 months. It's been quite a minute, but that's just because me and the team have been heads down, busy building and shipping production AI, like I said, under banking grade constraints. And this is actually for one of Africa's top 5 banks. So it's been a massive project and also a massive privilege to be a part of. And going forward, I really want to turn this channel into more of an operator's logbook, breaking down for you guys, how did we even get here in the first place? What have we done up until this point? What are we currently busy with? And what is our vision for the future, not only of this project, but also for the industry as a whole, for our portfolio of projects, and then for every other business owner as well who's following. What does AI look for the business, for anyone who's looking to integrate AI into their company? So I've obviously learned a ton, and in this video, what I'm gonna look to do is actually just give you guys the 3 main lessons that we've learned over the past 6 months. These are things that we don't just think we know about, we've actually experienced them. We've experienced them in the battlefield. We've tried and tested them over the course of the past few months, and I'm looking to share that with you now in this video. So hope you enjoy, and let's get into it. All right, so one of the big questions to get us started off with is, how did I even get here in the first place? How did I go from someone who was running their own AI agency and working with mainly small to medium-sized companies to the point now where I'm actually working inside of an enterprise environment, working in a banking grade project? And this is where the first lesson comes in. And that is all around how your reputation compounds. So simply put, this opportunity simply came in through a referral. And upon doing some reflections for this video, it just hit me again how important it is to just work with what you have on your plate. Nothing special. It was just us dealing with the projects that we currently had, making a promise on what we're going to deliver, and then actually over-delivering on that promise. And what this does is it very quickly and easily gets the business owner, through word of mouth, to start spreading this around to his or her connections. And that's another key. It's even if you're working on a small project for someone who you might seem as having maybe a small network or a small impact, you ultimately never know who that person is actually connected to, what kind of a network that they are actually a part of themselves. And so by delivering on these small projects really well, you are just setting yourself up for potential introductions into much bigger projects. And this is really something that I've seen over and over again in my company so far. So getting into the details of the actual engagement with this company, I had the initial meeting with the managing director and the lead developer, our first meetings together. And I can distinctly remember thinking about how big this project really was and actually how inexperienced myself and my team actually were, in my opinion. Of course, I always back my team, but I just realized this is a whole different ballgame. So after some contemplation and just simply weighing up the options about whether to say yes or no, I just simply thought to myself, what do I have to lose by saying yes? If I said yes and the project failed, sure, you maybe get some reputational damage to your company, but in my opinion, when you're still so small, your reputation is also still so small and insignificant, I suppose you could say. And so even if you said yes and the project didn't have to go well, you had a little bit of a drop to your reputation as a company, I still think that there were still such key lessons for me to learn during that time that would be useful for me in other projects going forward. On the other hand, if I said yes and the project was actually successful, well, that obviously speaks for itself. You're left with a massive project on enterprise scale that you've successfully led and built and implemented, which obviously speaks for itself going forward and completely elevates yourself, your team, your company to the next level. So I ended up signing the MSA or the contract with the company. And that was really when the whole vision of us building what we believe to be the future of this bank grade AI began. And now the pressure was on. So what happened in between that decision, in between me signing that contract and today, is really a testament to 2 things, I believe. Firstly, is simply just the rewards of that risk taking, the rewards of saying yes to an opportunity, even if you feel like you're not really prepared, and just seeing what happens. And then secondly, it's obviously up to the amazing team that we have developed and that we have the privilege of working with from that time up until now. Now, as important as this lesson actually is around reputation, of course, once you have that foot in the door and you actually now have that contract signed, it's now all about what you do with the opportunity and how you actually keep this opportunity and build upon it. So In my team's case, once we actually said yes, we quickly ran into our very first lesson around working in enterprise and working with Bankrate AI. And that lesson was around constraints and how constraints actually end up proving to be the product. So in the next video that I'm going to be releasing in this series, I'm actually going to break down in more detail more about these constraints. So things like privacy, auditability, reliability, security, and uptime. And just how exactly we kind of built our architecture to go around these in a safe manner that met all of the requirements. What I'm also going to do is share with you guys, how do you package up your AI offering as best possible so that once you go through all of this effort in building a solution like this on such a big scale, how do you then go and build it in such a way where you can easily just sell and deploy this across other companies within that same industry? So yeah, that's the shift. Your reputation really does compound, and it actually gets you in the door in the first place. But once you're in the room, you've got to produce. And that's where things like learning the constraints of the product comes in, and also how do you deal with constraints? How do you use them to build a bulletproof industry-grade solution? And secondly, around how do you actually package your solution? How do you package your offering as best possible so that you don't simply become another commodity, another AI builder, but you really distinguish yourself from the competitors. So yeah, it's been a crazy 6 months, and I've learned and experienced a ton, like I said. And I really look forward to using this channel more as an operator's logbook. And like I said, showcase to you guys what we've done, what we are doing, and what our plan is for the future, and just to take you guys along that journey. So as a first step in that, I'm actually going to be dropping a vlog that we recorded at the end of last year, where we had a demo at the banking client. So there was some nice behind the scenes footage coming for you guys in that video. I look forward to dropping that. Anyways, I think that is it. Short and sweet. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.